Hey guys, it's Julia. Welcome back to my channel. And for today's video, we're going to be doing a little birthday reading challenge. Okay. If you guys saw last week's video, you know I recently turned 21 years old. Okay, she's legal, she's ready to party, and she's ready to read to celebrate. Okay, so I thought it would be really fun if for the next like 3 to 4 days, I try to read for 21 hours. I really wish I could do 21 consecutive hours, but I have a really busy work schedule, so that is just not in the cards for me. But I am going to be using a little stopwatch and tracking my hours and trying to get to 21 hours by like Wednesday or Thursday. It's currently Monday night, so it's kind of a big ask, but I feel like I can do it. And I have off tomorrow, so I feel like we'll be able to make some really good progress. I just felt like it was the perfect time to do this, and I'm really excited because I'm a little behind on my July TBR, but I have been waiting to just sit down and read for hours. So I've blocked out most of tomorrow, I've blocked out all of tonight. So we're going to get into reading and we're hopefully going to complete this little challenge. Also, before we start the challenge, I thought it would be fun to show you some clips I filmed on my actual birthday and also this weekend when I was celebrating with Maria. We went to Boiler Room, so I have lots of fun book shopping clips, Boiler Room clips, and just going out clips in general. So I'm going to put a little montage right here for you guys, okay? So enjoy that. I'm going to make my matcha, and then it is time to start our timer. Hey guys, we are at Barnes now and I have picked out 3 books so far. I've been standing in the romance section for way too long and I have no idea what I want. So far I picked up Pet Sematary by Stephen King, Just Last Night by Mari McFarlane, and Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. So we're making progress, but honestly, I'm having some trouble deciding exactly what I want. This is also kind of a small Barnes & Noble. It's one we've never been to before, and I am a little bit underwhelmed with the layout. It's in a mall, and it looks very big from the outside, but when you're actually in here, it's not much. It's not much. Might have to stop at one more before home, but we shall see. I do love that the romance section is just this big ass wall though. I am thoroughly enjoying the giant wall of romance. So I'm gonna keep looking and keep you guys updated. I got so many Riley Sager books from my mom this morning, which I'm so excited about. So I feel like I can go a little ham on the romance. Hello my friends, little update. We're up to 5 books, okay? I have a special edition of Hunger Games, Daisy Jones and the Six, Love in Other Words, Just Last Night, and Pet Sematary. So, very exciting. Hey guys. We're about to be under this bridge. About to be under it.
Under the Cape Bridge.
Under the Cape Bridge.
I know a spot.
I know a spot. We'll meet you there. Hey everybody, we city biked from under the Cape Bridge, Brooklyn to the Wendy's in Sunnyside. And now we're gonna eat Wendy's after we go home and shower.
Yeah.
So
Disgustingly sweaty, but saved $40.
no, saved so much money, so we could now get Wendy's and get home at the same price of one Uber. Tea. Hello, New York.
Hello.
Brittany looks so cute in her little hat. Well, my hair looks much better outside.
Yeah, it looks great.
Like, okay, Sabrina Carpenter. Okay, bye. So, as you can see from all of those clips, I had the best time celebrating my birthday. And as you can also see behind me, my beautiful, amazing boyfriend surprised me yesterday when I got home from the city. And he had built me these beautiful bookshelves and bought them. I didn't even know he was getting me these. And I literally sobbed. It was the nicest gift anyone has ever given me. And they look so gorgeous. I just organized them yesterday. So if you guys want a little tour at some point, let me know in the comment section. I definitely would love to do that. And I have so much room to grow with my books now. My TBR cart is finally only TBR books. It's everything I ever wanted and more. They're gorgeous. Like, look at my romance shelf. Are you kidding me? Anyways, it is time for me to now show you what I am going to start this challenge reading. And it's time for me to start the timer. All right, so the first book I'm going to be reading to start off this challenge is Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. This is her new release, and you guys know I love Ashley Poston, okay? She is down here on my favorite romance shelf. I've read all of her other romance books, and this one so far I am loving. I'm on page 226, and I think the total page count is like 350 ish, somewhere around there. So, I have a little bit over 100 pages to read, and I'm definitely going to finish this tonight. So let's just get started. Let's get reading. The power went out, so now it's just me and my book light and my timer against the world, y'all. All right, the power came back on fairly quickly, and now I am on page 257, which means I have exactly 100 pages left. So I'm on chapter 32. Let's keep reading. Right when I turned off the camera, right when I stopped filming, the power turned back off. I totally jinxed it. My boyfriend wants to kill me. I think it was my fault. Oh my god. My hair is a mess. Oh my god. That book tore me up. Tore me up. I have 18 hours, 33 minutes, and 5 seconds left on my timer, and it is 9:08 p.m. So I'm gonna take a moment, take a breath. This was amazing. I'm gonna talk more about it in the morning when I've had more time to think on it, but this was so amazingly good and moving, and I'm excited to pick up something else because I just reignited my love for reading so hard by reading that book. I love you so much. Ashley Poston, you are my favorite romance author of all time. That book just took me out. All right, I'm gonna take a breather, have some water, and then we're gonna see what our options for our next book are. All right, everybody, I am back and I'm a little less emotionally distraught. Dare I say that book might just be a 5-star read for me. I'm not gonna say for sure, but I'm feeling the feelings, guys. All right, I'm gonna sleep on it and give you more of my thoughts tomorrow, but I am feeling the feelings. Okay, I am feeling the feelings, and I may have already logged it as a 5-star, but we'll see how I feel when I wake up, and I will give you more updates then. All right, enough talking about that. Let's get on to what book we are going to read next because it's getting late. It's nearing 9:30 and I only have about 2 hours left of good reading time in me. So let's see what our options are. So my first option is actually my May book of the month, and that is The Bombshell by Darrow Farr. This is a debut contemporary fiction, maybe literary fiction, and I really have been meaning to read this. But to be transparent, I feel like picking up like a 500 plus page hardcover book right now at like 9:30 at night when I am losing steam is not the best idea. I feel like it could put me into a slump, and this is also, you guys know me, I'm a romance thriller girl, and general like contemporary literary fiction, sometimes it takes me a moment to get into it. So I think the smartest thing right now would be to ride my romance high and also pick just like a shorter, smaller book in general to kind of keep my attention better. So my second option, and the one I am definitely going to pick up, is The Dinner List by Rebecca Searle. This book I am so excited to pick up. It is on my TBR for this month, and my mom just got me a physical copy, and I just love the color, love the look. And she is very tiny. Okay, this is like a 270-page romance book. I didn't know it was romance. I only knew a little bit of the plot, but apparently it's a romance book. This book is about our main character who shows up at her 30th birthday, and the three people who she would want to have dinner with, dead or alive, are there. And that is, I think, her ex boyfriend, one of her old professors, and then Audrey Hepburn. So that book is about to be crazy, and it also has some magical realism. So it is the perfect transition from an Ashley Boston romance. It gives pretty much the same vibes, and hopefully, it will make me as happy as Sounds Like Love did. So I think we're going to start up our timer, and continue reading. Good morning, guys. It is the next day. I literally just woke up. I made my bed, washed my face, and I'm hoping to get at least an hour of reading in. I'm going to go make a matcha and just kind of wake up a little bit, and then I'm going to read for about an hour. I have an appointment at 11, so that's going to be about 45 to an hour at 11. And then after that, I want to read until dinner time. Tonight, I'm going to dinner with my friend Phoenix. So hopefully, I will get a lot of reading done before that and after that, because I'm hoping to be done with about 10 hours today, because I have work tomorrow until 4, so I won't be able to read until 4 tomorrow unless I wake up early. So we shall see. I just am trying to get these hours checked off. But I'm liking the dinner list so far. It's going okay. I am not loving it as much as Sounds Like Love, but I am still liking it a lot. And the whole magical realism of it all is definitely helping. So that's my update. I can barely speak because I just woke up. So I'm going to make my matcha and do some reading and get back to you. Okay, guys, it's a little later. I finished my matcha, I finished my appointment, and I'm on page 160 of the dinner list. I am loving it. I'm a little over halfway through. So I'm going to try and sit down and just finish the book right now. I have some laundry in, and I do have to put it away when it's done. So we will see how far we can get. I'm on 16 and a half hours, maybe 16 hours and 15 minutes ish. And yeah, so that is my update. I'm going to read as much as I possibly can right now, and then I will keep you guys updated. Okay, it's been 30 minutes since we last spoke, and I'm getting a hunger headache. So I think I'm going to run to a bagel place and just grab a sandwich real quick and then keep reading. I'm currently at 15 hours and 44 minutes. Oh my god, you guys, I can't read a book that doesn't make me sob. That book was so good. I have 14 hours and 40 minutes left on my timer, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if there is an audiobook of The Bombshell by Darrow Farr on Audible, so I can just kind of start reading it while getting some of these chores done. I have to get ready for dinner in about an hour with my friend. We're going to walk around town and just grab some pizza. So that is my update, but oh my gosh, I am once again heartbroken. Okay, once again heartbroken. I thought it was a romance. It kind of was. It was a romance in the way where it makes you want to sob and cry, kind of like normal people. So yeah, those are the vibes. I'm going to see if I can find an audiobook. I'm going to take a little bit of a moment. As you can see, I'm ready for my dinner plans. I found an audiobook of The Bombshell, and I have been listening while getting ready, doing some laundry, etc. I'm on around page 44 in the physical book, and the audiobook is pretty good. So I'm going to keep listening while I go to dinner and just keep track of my time. And then I'm going to take it off of the timer I have here on my laptop when I get back tonight. So that's the plan. That's my update. And I will see you guys later. Good morning, my friends. It's the next day, and I have some good news and some bad news. Let's start with the bad news. I feel so sick. I woke up so sick. I'm so nauseous. I don't feel good at all. The good news is that we have a lot of time to get some more reading done, which is good because we still have almost 12 hours left. I think it's 11 hours and 40 minutes or something. So I'm just going to listen to the audiobook this morning while I kind of just lay and look at the ceiling because I feel like I'm going to die. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. So far, I'm actually really liking the audiobook of The Bombshell. Eventually, later today, if I have the strength to hold that big ass hardcover book, I will pick up the physical book. But for now, I'm not going to push myself. I'm going to drink lots of water and just kind of relax because I do not feel good at all. So that is my update. And I'll let you guys know how it goes. Hopefully, later today, I'll feel well enough to give you guys full reviews on Sounds Like Love and the dinner list because I didn't get a chance to yesterday. But yeah, that's what's going on. And I will talk to you guys later. All right, it's a little later. I'm still listening to the audiobook and still reading. I'm about halfway through the book. And I'm listening so fast and reading the physical book to try and read it as fast as possible because I am obsessed already. This story is insane. I have about 9 hours and 45 minutes left on our timer. So we're just gonna keep going because honestly, all I can do is lay here and read anyways. I feel awful. But I'm having such a great time. This book is amazing. It's such an incredible debut novel. Like, I am so like shocked by authors that can write such like intricate and insane stories as their debut novel. Like, it's just such props to Daryl Farr. This book is amazing. I also love that the book of the month, like without the sleeve on, I love it when book of the month like under the sleeve has just like such fun colors, and this is so like summery and cute. I mean, the book, it's not giving summery and cute, but I'm enjoying it thoroughly. So that's my update, my delirious sickly update. Hey everyone, it's a little bit later. It's like 4:30 I think, and I'm still not feeling great. I have like a pounding headache, but I did want to update you because I did just finish The Bombshell by Darrow Farr. I have 6 hours left on my timer, and now I have to figure out what to read next. I don't know if I'm just emotional because I'm like sick and delirious, but I have cried at the end of every book that I've read in this video. But also, I think I'm just an emotional girly. So, what can I say? I love this book though. I have lots of thoughts, but I think I'm just going to give all of my thoughts on all of the books that I read in depth at the end of this video. But I loved this. It's unlike anything I've ever read before, and I thoroughly enjoyed reading it. So that's my update. Let's check out what we have on our TBR and pick what we should read next. I grabbed my top three options. The other two books on my TBR are Flawless by Elsie Silver and Happy Place by Emily Henry, but I really don't want to read either of those books indoors. And unfortunately, the way that I'm feeling is making me feel as though I need to stay indoors and drink water and relax. So these are our options. They are really long, so let's go over them and pick which super long book we're starting. So our first option is actually also one of my books of the month from May. I added it as an add-on because I was just really intrigued by this book and The Bombshell. So I ended up picking two for the month of May, and that is Silver Elite by Danny Francis. This is a debut novel. It's a fantasy novel, and it's the first book in a new fantasy trilogy. I really want to read more fantasy, and I love the sound of the word trilogy, okay? Because that means it's not too many books. I'll be able to get through it and enjoy it without kind of hooking on to a 10 book series, because I just can't do that right now. I can't sign up for a 10 book series at the moment. But I definitely do want to pick this one up. It's just 520 pages long, and I don't think I'm going to finish it in the 6 hours. And I would love to pick a book that I could at least get almost to the end of in the 6 hours. So I don't think that I'm going to pick this one. My next option is on my list of 25 books that I want to read in 2025, and it was also on last month's TBR, and I did not get to it. I'm kind of leaning towards it because it is actually the shortest page count we have. It comes in at 380-ish pages, and that is The Husbands by Holly Gramazio. I've been meaning to read this for so long, and I feel like I just need to get it over with and pick it up. So this is definitely probably the one I'm going to pick, but we will see. My final option is also a book of the month add on that I got for last month or the month before. I'm not really 100% sure, but it was an add on book for me. It wasn't one of the books of the month, but I have the first book in this series as a book of the month copy, so I like it when my books fit together nicely. So I ended up getting this one from book of the month as well, and that is Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. Don't think I'm in the mood for a dark romance at the moment, and this also comes in at about 420 pages, which feels like a lot to me. But I'm debating heavily between this one and The Husbands. So we'll see what I pick in the next clip. Okay, this lighting is awful, but I did want to let you know that I did end up picking up The Husbands by Holly Gramazio. So I'm going to start reading that now, and I will keep you guys updated. Okay, guys, I'm still reading. I'm on page 100 of The Husbands, and I have... Ooh, I have 4 hours of reading left. So I feel pretty proud. I feel like I'm doing good with this challenge and I'm gonna keep reading. It's 7 p.m. now, so by 10, I'll only have like an hour and 20 minutes left. Not bad. Not bad. I'm gonna keep reading. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this book in the time, but I'm gonna do my best to do so. Okay, it's been at least a couple hours. I think I have under 2 hours left, and I'm almost done with this book. Turns out there's only like 340 pages, so I have about 60 pages left, which is insane. I literally just sat down and basically read this whole book, but I do have to go to bed soon. So I'm gonna keep reading and we will see. Okay, everyone, it's the next evening, and I only have an hour and 24 minutes left, and I'm pretty sure I have under 100 pages of The Husbands left as well, so hopefully I'll be able to finish it tonight, okay? We're gonna see how it goes, but I think I will be able to finish it tonight, so I'll keep you guys updated, but I'm excited to get reading. I just finished The Husbands and I still have 36 minutes left in my timer, so I have to pick another book. I definitely won't even get close to finishing it. I'll probably read like 30 pages, but I think I'm gonna either pick up the Silver Elite or Enchantra, so I will keep you guys updated on that. I really, really, really liked The Husbands. I don't know how I feel about the ending. I have to think about all the books that I read, and I think tomorrow I'm actually going to finally give you guys my review for all of the books that I read. Hey guys, it's a few days later. I ended up finishing the last 30 minutes of this challenge at the beach, which was amazing. It was the first time I really actually got reading done at the beach. I read like 5 chapters of Enchantra and it's really good so far, so I'm excited to keep reading it. Tomorrow I'm going to give you my final reviews of these books and then we will close out the video there. But I had so much fun doing this challenge. I'm definitely going to do more challenges like this again because it really just got me reading and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So I had a great time. It was very fun. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my final reviews. Hello, New York. Okay, it's that time. It's the morning, and I'm going to be reviewing the books that we read in this challenge. Let's get it going. Cheers. So, in total, we read about 3.5 books in this challenge, and our first book was Sounds Like Love by Ashley Boston. I was already about 200 pages into this book at the beginning of this video, and I ended up finishing it first. It only took a couple hours on the first evening of the challenge, and I'm excited to talk about it. This one was probably my favorite out of all of the books that I read. We all know how much I love Ashley Boston, and I was obsessed with this. Our main character, Joni, is so cool. I love that she's a songwriter. I loved that aspect of it, but I also love that it didn't like take place in LA, that she was just living there and then she went back to her small hometown. I love like a small, cute beach town romance, and this was exactly that. It takes place in a small town in North Carolina, I believe, and our love interest was amazing. Loved him, and I love the magical realism in this book. The magical realism surrounds that she and our like love interest are in each other's heads. Like they can hear each other's thoughts, and at first they don't know who the other one is. So they end up like getting together and trying to figure out how to get each other out of each other's heads. I don't really know how to say that correctly, but they try and figure out how to stop this from happening, and it focuses a lot around music. I love that. You guys know I'm a singer and a songwriter, and this was just so fun to read about. It was like the perfect book for me. I love the setting. I will say there are some like really heavy topics. Her mom is struggling with early onset dementia, and it is like truly heartbreaking. This book had me in tears at a lot of points. So if that's a trigger for you, I definitely wouldn't pick this one up because it isn't specifically a trigger for me and it really had me like sobbing crying at some points. I thought the way that she wrote about it and the struggles that our main character was having with this was like very realistic and sweet, and she kind of has this guilt about not being home and leaving home, and I felt like it was just portrayed in a very like realistic way of like that is exactly how you would feel about this situation. I really loved our main character though. I loved that her family owns like this old school music hall in the beach town. I thought that was so cool. The horses, if you know, you know, was adorable. Probably one of my favorite moments in the book. And I am just obsessed. Also, the lead man has a man bun every once in a while, and the love of my life has a man bun. So, topical, topical. She got me with that one. She got me. She said, "Oh, he has a man bun, by the way." And I said, "Oh, really? Really? Okay, okay." But yes, I was obsessed with this book. I thought it was written so well. Ashley Poston just has a way with words. And it was heartbreaking. It was heartwarming, gut wrenching, as I always say. And it really like engulfed me in the setting. And I love when I feel like I'm right there with them in books. I love when the setting is like so specific that I can just like picture it in my head, and I was absolutely obsessed with that about this book. So, as always with Miss Ashley Poston, well, not always, but as always, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I ended up giving this one 5 stars. So, okay, another 5-star read on the list. A great way to start a reading challenge. And yes, I'm obsessed. I'm so excited. Yes. I literally can't wait till she releases another magical realism romance because I honestly think it may be my favorite genre of romance. I love just like the whimsicalness of it. And I love how she kind of never explains why the magic happens, it just is. And it's really peaceful to me that that's how she writes it. So, yes, this was our first read. 5 stars. Our second read, I ended up finishing literally the next morning. It's a very short book, and that is The Dinner List by Rebecca Searle. This comes in at only about 270 pages. So it was the perfect book for a reading challenge because you really just felt like you were blowing through the story. Like, I fully read it so fast, and I enjoyed every second of it. I will say it was a lot sadder than I was expecting. This surrounds our main character, Sabrina, and she goes to her 30th birthday dinner at this restaurant, and she shows up, and it is the 5 people, dead or alive, that she would want to have dinner with. So it's Audrey Hepburn, one of her old professors, her ex-boyfriend, her estranged father, and her best friend. So it ends up being kind of a crazy dinner party. I feel like the concept was just so interesting, and that's the reason I originally picked up the book, but I didn't realize, I kind of thought it was going to be like a romance, contemporary fiction vibe, and it was, of course, plus some magical realism because, you know, Audrey Hepburn is at her 30th birthday party, but it was much sadder than I was expecting. There was a lot of like kind of heavy topics and her like dealing with all this stuff during the birthday dinner and kind of trying to forgive people when it's really hard to. It was just such an interesting story. I really did enjoy it. It just was kind of shocking to me. A lot of the story is told through flashbacks while they're at the dinner. So they're either telling the stories to each other or she's like thinking about the past with each of these people, mostly the ex boyfriend though, and her father in her head. So it was very, very interesting. It was gut wrenching though. I definitely cried at the end. It was a lot for me, but I did thoroughly enjoy it. I really liked it. I was engulfed in the story, but it just wasn't like jaw-droppingly amazing as I wanted it to be. It was still so good though, and I definitely recommend reading it. I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. So I definitely enjoyed this one. I thought the writing was very good, and I did like the flashbacks. But I don't know. I guess I was just waiting for a little more. There was one moment where my jaw like dropped when we found out some information. If you've read this book, you know what moment that was. It has to do with the ex-boyfriend, and I was so shocked to find this information out. But it really just kind of is a story of like a journey of acceptance for her through this dinner. And yeah, it was very interesting. I liked it a lot. I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. So, our next book is actually my May book of the month, and I was really, really excited to pick this up. It was kind of a genre switch because I'm pretty sure this one is a literary or contemporary fiction, and that is The Bombshell by Daryl Farr. This is Daryl Farr's debut novel, and I was so excited to read about it. It centers around a French politician's daughter, and she ends up getting abducted by these people for ransom, and then she ends up kind of befriending them and also kind of aligning herself with the resistance that they're a part of. It ends up being really interesting. It's very political. I was expecting that, but I wasn't expecting it to be such a focus of the book. There's also a bit of romance in here. It was definitely so enjoyable. It really shocked me and took me by surprise, and I really enjoyed the audiobook. The audiobook was very helpful to me because there is a lot of like French words and names of places in here, and it was nice to hear like how those were pronounced so that I could read them correctly in my head once I ended up picking up the physical book. But I really enjoyed this. I wish I could say more, but I honestly don't want to spoil too much. It was so good. Like I said, it's about a French politician's daughter and she gets abducted, and that whole part of it was crazy to me. I loved the setting. It's kind of like out in like the country, like tall grass, middle of nowhere France. And I just found it so interesting. I really had a good time reading it. So I ended up giving it 4 stars, and that's The Bombshell by Daryl Farr. My next book I have been meaning to read for months, and I'm so glad that I finally got it done. You guys already know what it is, and that is The Husbands by Holly Gramazio. I had heard so much about this book, and what I had heard was the ending wasn't super satisfying for everyone. I personally thought it was perfect. I thought that it made so much sense and it kind of was like a breaking point for our main character. So, our main character in this book is Lauren, and she returns home from like a bachelorette party kind of deal. And she gets home, and there is a man in her apartment, and she freaks out. And then she finally starts to realize that this man came from her attic and he is her husband. And there's pictures of them on the wall. Her lock screen is him. All her friends know him. All her neighbors know him. And he is fully integrated into her life. And she's freaking out because she's like, is there something wrong with me? I don't remember this man. I don't know who he is. I remember everything else. And I didn't have a husband when I left this morning. So this book is crazy. She ends up getting a new husband from the attic. If she sends him back up, a new one comes down. And so she ends up just keeping to pick and choose and pick and choose. Oh, I don't like this about him. Send him back up. Oh, I like this about him. He can stay longer. And it's just kind of a crazy book. The setting changes a lot more than you'd think. The points where this setting changed, at one point she takes a trip, at another point she lives in like this mansion. There's a lot to the story, but I really enjoyed the setting changes. I felt like I could picture them so perfectly in my head. And I ended up like dreaming about this book when I was in the middle of it. And it was just so interesting to me. I really loved the vibes. I thought the magical realism of it was so cool. And it was just a really, really fun read. So I definitely recommend it. I have heard mixed reviews on this from a lot of people rating it like 3 stars or below, saying that the ending was unsatisfying. I personally felt like it was perfect, as I said earlier, for this book. So I ended up giving this one 4 stars, and I really, really enjoyed it. And that was our last read of the challenge, our last finished book. I did start Enchantra, which is the sequel to Phantasma. However, I am still reading that right now. So I won't give a review for that book in this video, but I am definitely enjoying it so far. And I think I did forget how much I love like the magical dark world of Phantasma. So Enchantra has been going well so far. So yes, that is all of the books that I picked up in this video. I had such a good time reading. This really got me out of my reading slump. I thoroughly enjoyed doing this challenge, and I honestly can't wait to do another one like it. Maybe next time we'll do a 24-hour challenge over the course of a couple days or a week. I just feel like it really gears up my reading and makes me feel like, okay, girl, you got to sit down and you have to pick up a book. So I just had so much fun doing this. This was a great way to celebrate my 21st birthday. And I'm so glad you guys were here while I did it. It was absolutely amazing. And, without further ado, you guys know what time it is now. It's time for the outro. So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any book recommendations, video suggestions, or anything else you want to let me know, leave it down in the comment section below. While you're down there, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next Friday. Bye!